Now, on this special edition of Denver 7 News.
I have to believe this is an interview you never wanted to do.
Right.
A 4-decade career spent holding the powerful accountable.
Is the state of Colorado being served by this trip, sir? Why don't you just talk to me about it?
So he wants no accountability. Are you threatening to arrest me?
Asking the tough questions.
Do you want to explain why you chopped up bodies? That's what the allegation is. Is it true? You're getting into a $70,000 Audi that ratepayers paid for. Shouldn't they get to find out what else they're buying?
Getting answers.
Chief, would you have found this mistake if Denver 7 didn't ask to review your records?
Probably not.
A problem?
Of course it is. It's a major problem.
Well, I think it's interesting that our conversations always get to a point where my staff are outraged and call you, and they don't call me.
Investigations that brought change to the community.
If I can prevent someone else going through this tremendous pain and hardship, then that to me is something that me and my family can do.
Nobody really cared until you guys came along.
Denver 7 Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kovaleski, looking back on 40 years of accountability. Now, here's Denver 7 Investigative Reporter Natalie Chuck.
Thanks for joining us on this special edition of Denver 7 News. We're reflecting on the career of our very own Tony Kovaleski. After more than 40 years in television, Tony is retiring at the start of 2026. So buckle up, because during the next half hour, you're going to see conflict, tough questions, and a whole lot of accountability from Tony's investigative reports that brought significant change. Wherever he called home, Tony's always had a big impact on the communities he's served. He's won countless awards for his work, but more importantly, he's highlighted critical issues in his communities and spurred key reforms, leaving each place better than he found it. During his 2 stints at Denver 7 spanning 20 years, Tony's reporting helped change laws and policies that reshaped Colorado.
Denver Health has no policy in place for responding to a red alert or a plane crash here at the airport.
One of Tony's most powerful stories sparked major changes that saved countless lives at Denver's airport.
It was dark, and the only light, as your pictures show, was the light of the fire on the airplane.
They surrounded Flight 1404.
It was a real firefight, one of the rare firefights with an occupied airplane.
More than 100 patients to triage, survivors of a plane crash, waiting 33 minutes for one ambulance at the 4th busiest airport in the country.
I'm very troubled about the transport ambulance response, especially how long it took to assign those units and how long it took to get them to the airport.
Denver Health said, we're proud of this response. Are you proud of it as the mayor of Denver?
No, I'm not proud of the response.
The mayor's not proud, and he's now calling for an immediate fix, including changes to policy and procedure, fixing the communication problems and the citywide system problems that all contributed to the lengthy delays in getting ambulances to the airport.
It's unacceptable, though. You can't from the moment the crash happens, you can't have an ambulance there in 33 minutes. That will never happen again.
Today, there are at least 2 ambulances stationed at Denver International Airport after Tony exposed these issues following a 2008 plane crash and other medical emergencies. Years later, Denver Health would again change its policies after Tony's reports highlighted more failures, once again putting lives at risk. His investigation exposed leadership at the hospital pressing paramedics to bypass closer hospitals so patients were taken to Denver Health's emergency room, even if it was not the best option. As Tony learned, that's what happened to 11-year-old Andrea Plunkett.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
My daughter deserved better.
They are images and moments in time Andrea Plunkett's mom will never forget.
She deserved better, and she could still be here.
She provided us these pictures from the day an SUV collided with her daughter. She wants everyone to know what happened, and Leah Plunkett wants to know why.
2 humans made bad decisions that day and took a child from this world.
Why would a paramedic drive 10 or more miles further and avoid a closer level 1 trauma center?
Because if I transport the patient to Denver Health, no matter what the patient outcome is, I won't get second-guessed by my medical direction.
Are you surprised by what we found?
Nope, not at all. All level 1 trauma goes to Denver Health.
No Denver paramedic has ever faced discipline for not bringing a trauma patient to Denver Health.
Ever.
Ever.
Dr. Kevin McVaney's title is Medical Director for Denver Health Paramedics.
I wouldn't change a thing about how we equip and take care of our trauma patients.
You're saying you've done nothing wrong?
I've done nothing wrong. I take care of patients.
In the shadows of these stories, Denver Health CEO retired and the medical director stepped down. Paramedics also said they were no longer pressured to bypass hospitals and can instead put patient safety first following Tony's investigation. So many of Tony's reports, just like these two, stemmed from his ability to build sources in the community. And many times, the most important sources are those willing to come to Denver 7 Investigates with sensitive information and speak up when something is wrong.
If I can prevent someone else going through this tremendous pain and hardship, then that to me is something that me and my family can do.
Why are you sitting in that chair?
Because I didn't know another way that we could right the wrongs that are occurring at CBI.
Sometimes these sources put a lot at risk, including their jobs, hiding their identities to ensure Tony and the community hear the truth.
Are you saying that they billed for services they didn't provide?
Correct, especially group therapy sessions.
So you call these different state agencies. Did you receive a response?
No calls back, no emails back.
Like these employees and patients from Clearview Behavioral Health in Johnstown, north of Denver. That hospital would eventually shut down following 20 months of Tony's reporting on negligence at the facility.
Do you want to leave before you were sent home?
Absolutely. Yes, many times.
What were you told?
That I wasn't ready, that the doctor decided that I wasn't ready, the doctor that I hadn't seen.
Who's making the decision on discharges? Is it the medical professionals or the money managers, the administrators?
The administrators that are making the decision, and nobody says anything.
What does that say to you?
That it's all wrong.
A new hospital opened in the same location shortly after Clearview closed, but staff and patients would continue sounding the alarm, complaining over similar issues at what became Johnstown Heights Behavioral Health, and Tony kept listening.
Card says anything I need to know, and it has my number. What made you reach out?
Well, initially it was the note on everyone's cars. Anything that you need to know, I was like, well, yeah, this place is terrible. You need to know everything.
In so many words, Johnstown Heights is a shithole. Nothing they're doing is helping the patients. There's no safety measures, and you're lucky if you can get out of there alive.
Do you think Johnstown Heights is getting a pass right now from state regulators?
Yes.
After the state and Colorado's governor repeatedly denied interview requests, Tony set out for answers.
As you know, we've been trying to talk to you about Johnstown Heights. Do you have a moment for line? We've been trying to do a sit-down interview with you. We didn't want to meet you like this.
Go ahead. Always happy to.
Our sources say they've not been handling surprise inspections as a surprise.
So we want to be made aware of anything like that.
Johnstown Heights finally shut down too in 2025, management calling the closure a quote business decision. Over the years, many powerful people, like the governor, have learned that saying no to an interview is really just the start of the conversation when it comes to Tony.
Mr. Battistella, do you think when you file for $10 million in bankruptcy protection, that's the right thing to do? Will you explain? Will you explain? Sir, please stay away from him. Please don't touch the camera. Get the fuck out of here. Please don't push me, sir.
Get away from you.
Excuse me.
Fuck you.
Mr. Battistella, what do you say to the people who want to know where their money is?
This is what happens when people in positions of power refuse to answer Tony's tough questions. For decades, no has not been an option when he asks them to sit down on camera. You're about to see what Tony calls unscheduled interviews, meetings in a public place with cameras rolling, a token of his relentless reporting and searching for accountability dating back to his days in Phoenix, Arizona.
Are you taking advantage of these people? Is that what's going on? These are poor pregnant women. All she wanted was a bassinet, sir.
Would you ever set a camera up to watch somebody change out of clothes? No. You wouldn't do that. No. You would not set a hidden camera up while a 19-year-old girl took clothes on and off?
No, I sure wouldn't.
You wouldn't do that.
It was an accident.
Really?
Yeah.
So you didn't know the camera was recording?
I did not know that it was recording.
She was helping you to build your portfolio.
Yeah.
And you built your porn collection. Whoa.
No porn there. There's no porn in there.
Do you know that this is against the law?
It probably is, if it's done on purpose, but it was not done on purpose.
So the whole thing was an accident?
Yes.
You looking into that lens and setting up the camera for 5 or 10 minutes?
Yes.
Moving the mirror? Okay. This was an accident?
Thank you. Please get out of the way.
This was an accident?
It was an accident.
You really think they'll believe that?
You're getting into a $70,000 Audi that ratepayers paid for. Shouldn't they get to find out what else they're buying?
Sure.
So provide us the records we've asked for. Let us come over to San Jose Water right now and get your expense reports of the past 3 years.
It's not going to happen, Tony.
Why not?
Because it's not relevant to what to the rate increase. And we're a private company, and we don't have to. It's the law.
One of Tony's most memorable interviews for Denver 7 Investigates actually unfolded states away, taking him to California at the world-famous Pebble Beach golf course.
Mr. Johnson, Tony Kovaleski from 7 News.
Hey, Tony, good to see you.
How are you?
Doing fine, thank you.
What do you think the governor's going to think about you taking this kind of golf with you and your wife? And before Gary Johnson could answer that question,
This is
a private affair. Do you have any courtesy in your life?
I'm talking to Mr. Johnson,
I'm talking to you.
Tony learned the state-appointed board of directors of Pinnacle Assurance, a tax-exempt, semi-private insurance agency, had taken an all-expense-paid trip to Northern California, something state senators called a, quote, boondoggle.
Talking about spending a lot of money on a trip, and your board members appointed by the governor. Please don't push me. Please don't push me. Please don't push me. Is the state of Colorado being served by this trip, sir? When your board members are here, $1,000 for husband and wife to play golf? Why don't you just talk to me about it?
After the ongoing reporting, the governor at the time appointed new leadership, major changes were made to the board, and that CEO you just saw eventually resigned. One of Tony's signatures is asking tough questions, shining a spotlight on conflict and exposing the truth.
I feel an obligation to stop what's going on at the shelter.
An investigation in 2007 into the Colorado Humane Society started after multiple current and former employees walked into Denver 7's lobby asking for someone to listen. Tony did. They told him the Humane Society was disposing of animals and pets that had been euthanized, leaving them in dumpsters.
I can see it's a dog. It's a Rottweiler.
The trash bags contained 2 cats, a raccoon, and 3 dogs. That's the second dog in this bin on this day.
Put in here with his leash.
That's him. I can tell by the ear. He was best friend.
Have you been told to discard dead animals in the dumpster?
Yes.
By whom?
Mary Warren, our executive director.
Can I be guaranteed that every time an animal that you euthanize, you cremate it?
Right, yes.
We showed Colorado Humane's executive director video of the animals we discovered in the dumpster. You want to tell me the truth now?
I am telling you the truth. Absolutely telling you the truth.
So you knew nothing about this?
No, I did not.
3 employees say you have directed them to dump dead animals, sometimes cats and dogs, into that dumpster.
Not true.
Are they lying?
Absolutely.
The Humane Society's CEO was removed after the state stepped in, forcing the business to shut down. Now, we could go on and on for hours talking about all of Tony's stories that have made a difference, but unfortunately, we only have 30 minutes. So up next, you will hear from Tony himself right after the break. Welcome back to this special edition of Denver 7 News, looking back on the career of Tony Kovaleski ahead of his well-deserved retirement. When Tony came to Denver 7 back in 2001, John Ferrugia was already an established investigative reporter with both local and national awards under his belt. John was one of the reasons Tony wanted to come to Colorado in the first place. What developed over the next decade was a partnership that pushed both reporters to rise to new levels, and maybe even more special, a close friendship that endures to this day. So our team concocted some shenanigans, and take a look as Tony had no idea what he was walking into.
Nobody better to ask questions than the man in that seat.
So I think people would want to know what drew you to this.
You know, John, in college, I wanted to be a dentist, and I had an advisor after 3 semesters and a 3.84 GPA tell me that I'm not likely to get into dental school for a variety of reasons. And then I started thinking, well, then what do I want to do? And I got into journalism with a great teacher in high school, and that was kind of my passion. And I had 2 incredible mentors in college that really set the foundation that got me to where I am. But I think the real answer is, and you know this, there's a passion, there's a curiosity, and you have to like journalism. It's not about the money, especially early in your career.
When did you realize, or start realizing, maybe the first time you realized, that journalism could bring about a positive change in the community in some way?
I was a general assignment reporter, I was anchoring, and I enjoyed the ability to learn something and then share it and have people talk about it. And then as my career progressed and I got to Phoenix, I had a news director that challenged us to be investigative reporters. And at that moment, the light went on, and it was like the intellectual challenge, and you get this, of diving into something where people say you're wrong, you don't know the right story, but you have the information and you know you're right. And navigating those stories and bringing accountability, the more you do it, the more you enjoy doing it, because you're giving a voice to people that have said, I can't get the answers, I can't get the accountability that this issue deserves. The greatest compliment when you left Denver 7 was when we had a cup of coffee and you said, you learned from me, because I knew I learned from you. And that was a big moment for me, because let's be clear, I had to earn your respect. I didn't get it walking through the door.
This is the one we always ask at the end of an interview. Anything here that I haven't asked you that you think is important?
I just want to emphasize what you've meant to my career, not only as a journalist, but as a friend. I guess that's what I want to say. None of what you're watching or watched what I've done happens without dozens of people that have been part of what I've been able to grow from, right? My current team, right? Every team I've been involved with. I'm looking back on 40 years, and I'm so very thankful. I got paid to do a job that I might have worked for nothing for if I didn't have all those darn bills, right? I'm not the easiest guy in the world to work with. I always tell the team that if our name's on it, it better be special. And that's a standard that everybody has said, okay, we'll do that. Yeah, this is, wow, this is it.
Well, I speak for myself, and I know I speak for all the people across the years who've worked with you in investigative reporting and general assignment reporting. We've all enjoyed it. We've all enjoyed working with you. It's been a pleasure. It's been a learning experience for all of us. And we're very proud to have worked with you. And
you're going to do it.
We've all done good work with you together. And I just want to say that, you know, as my friend and my colleague, I wish you the best.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Thanks for your good work.
It's been an honor.
Now, not everyone has been a fan of Tony's reporting over the years, especially those who were coming under fire as a result. And sometimes they made sure he knew it.
Why have you avoided answering our questions?
Because I found your journalistic ethics to be completely substandard.
You know, Mr. Kovaleski, you are an extremely difficult person.
For the record, I do believe that 7 News, Tony Kovaleski's a joke.
On the flip side, Tony's stories brought results, and people who viewed that change as something positive appreciated it.
Has our investigation provided a bit of a wake-up call for your department?
I would say yes.
Painful?
Yes. But necessary, I think.
Nobody really cared until you guys came along, really.
And the one and only Tony Kovaleski joins us now. Tony, it has been such an incredible ride, and over the years, a lot of varied responses to your reporting. How do you deal with it, the compliments and the critics?
Well, there's balance there, but let's be clear. We're all humans, and when you start doing what we do, when people aren't happy with you, you are a human. You want to be liked by everybody. But I think there is balance because you see the other side where we have the people thanking us for what we do. And on the negative side, I always say it kind of comes with the territory. And I think it's an example when they make the personal attack that if they're attacking me, they can't attack the facts. And that's a really good sign.
And a career as impactful as yours, what do you want to say? How do you want to close out this final chapter of your career?
How do you say everything to everybody? Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to my mentors. Thank you to my coworkers. Thank you to the people at home that trusted us with when they saw something wrong, they wanted it fixed. When they wanted somebody held accountable, they reached out to us. So a lot of thank yous, a lot of appreciation. I've enjoyed coming to work every single day of my career. It's one of those jobs, as you know, we don't look at the clock and say speed up. We look at the clock and say slow down because we always have a lot to do, and it's a great job. I'm very thankful.
Well, I know I can speak for everybody here at Denver 7 and saying thank you so much for making it such a joy to come to work every single day. Such a great mentor to me personally, and I know so many other journalists all across the country. There's not enough time to say thank you all day long like we could, and I'm gonna miss coming to work with you every single day. I can't express it enough.
Thank you, thank you. It's been a pleasure. I've learned from you. I've enjoyed working with you. And again, thank you to everybody at home.
Yeah, and thank you to our viewers for watching this, for spending this time with us. Of course, this is just a little bit of Tony's work over the years. We have links to all of these investigations and many others up on our website right now at denver7.com. Thank you so much for joining us, celebrating Tony Kovaleski's 40 years of accountability.